Hi, John.
Here we are.
Thanks for checking in on us.
Just want to make sure we're not in trouble. Almost ready. She's dialing us up.
I'm hitting some by accident here that I shouldn't hit, but hopefully they'll enjoy it anyway.
Okay. North Koreans are getting good. That's good, right? Vladimir Putin. How we doing there, baby?
Almost done.
Isn't she great?
Try. All right, now we're done.
Oh, my
Hey,
goodness.
Gary. You're here early. It's good to see you. Hi, Mom. Hi, Michael. Hi, Jimmy and Karen. Anybody else, just drop us a line so we know you're there. I'm just guessing on some of you, but
Thanks for waiting. Thanks for waiting. Not the right words for this thing. Welcome to the 9 Mile Swamp. Boy, it's so glad it's Thursday. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do tonight?
well, we're going to play some music.
Tonight, can I say this?
I don't know what you're going to
It's
say,
pretty
but
families
sure.
out there. Tonight is Sex and Scandal Night.
That.
So we've got a couple scandalous songs for you, but
You know, my mom's listening.
your mom is old enough to know what scandals are. Sorry, Martha. And welcome. So we're going to start off with a kind of a broken heart song. This is part of my Julia series, and this is the end of Julia. This is Julia has walked out and left the narrator of the song to his own devices, and he is sitting on a bar stool, fairly toasted. And at the end of the song, I like to make a sound that mimics the sound of the narrator of the song falling off his bar stool. But Julia has left him, and it doesn't get any worse than that. So let's do that and get the sadness over with, and we'll get back to the sex and scandal.
Okay.
Okay, I think I have all the things I need on. Yeah, here we go. You heard that Julia's left me. She says that we are both free. We'll be friends forever. I'll die alone with She said she had to have sometimes she could be free from the darkest hours behind her. Still, I'm just not buying it. I know she's only trying to save the heart that loves her. I'm sorry that I'm not one drinker. I'll buy the next one. A toast to all your family, your kids. They've grown so quickly. Julia always said she didn't want a family. I could not believe her. Said I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't put you through this. I tried, but I can't leave her. Julia. still find a world where no one's lonely, where joy is waiting for me. But I can't face tomorrow. I'm drinking down my sorrow. I'm guessing she's with someone. I'm sick from thinking about her. I just can't live without her. My life is coming undone. Clunk. So here's another Julia song. This is when the narrator of the song first meets Julia. I don't know why I start off with it when she leaves him, but I think because this second song is a little more exciting, you know. Working into our sex and scandal theme for tonight.
Alicia Benelli.
Hi, Alicia. How are you? Nice to hear from you.
Teach.
Alicia was a student of mine, and she was a great student. And hey, Alicia, I'm wishing you well. I hope you're well. It's really great to hear from you. So this is called Julia the Compleat Angler, and it's based on a poem by Robert Herrick, in which he describes a beautiful woman, and describes her as shining like a trout in the stream. Fly fishing was the most popular form of recreation in the 17th century, and a lot of fly fishing images enter the poetry. So he's fishing for her, but at the end of the poem he says, but every way I set my eyes free, how that glittering taketh me. So he gets caught by the fish. That's basically the idea of the song. And so it is here, Julia the Compleat Angler. I'm gonna run my circle around you. It's been so long, but now I found you. Your sweet desires I've uncovered. Another world that I've discovered. We'll be spinning in circles into the night. Soon you'll be holding me tight. We'll be lovers long before dawn. I know where you're going, and baby, I'm coming. We're gonna swim in more waters. Let the joy that nature taught us, the liquefaction in your motion, pulls me to your sweet, sweet ocean. We'll be spinning circles into the night. I circled you, but you now take me. I'm on your line, I will not shake free. I'm in your circle, swimming to you. Just pull me in, you'll see my love's true. We'll be spinning circles into the night. Soon you'll be holding me tight. We'll be lovers long before dawn. I know where you're going, baby, I'm coming. Julia the Complete Angler.
Hey, Phil Miller, thanks for joining us.
So,
Jerry Ebert.
hi Jerry, hi Phil. Good to see your names. Actually, given the excellence of my eyesight, I actually can't see your names, but I know you're there. So on April 5th, all the folks who brought you Minnewaska State Park, who helped produce the Save the Mountain album, I think we put the record out in '81. I think all those people are celebrating a 40th year anniversary of Save
81.
the Mountain. That would be '81, and an anniversary of our scaring Marriott, the Corporation Marriott, back from where they came, so that we could share our little slice of wilderness with visitors from all over the world. And today, Minnewaska is a state park. And on April 5th, we're going to be celebrating that victory against the bulldozer. And we'll be doing that on WDST Radio.
100.1.
101.1, WDST. And you can also get it online if you look up WDST, which is also called the Voice of Woodstock. And we're going to be they're going to be playing the whole album, the Save the Mountain album, and there's going to be some commentary. The three commentators are going to be pretty much the three main producer of the albums, myself, Michael Klein, and Hallie Hammer. So it really promises to be a fun evening, and you'll probably learn a little something about the struggle to save Minnewaska. But what we want you to understand is that we made a difference, and if we made a difference then, we can still make a difference today. In other words, groups of people who are very committed to something that they know is right are oftentimes victorious if they stick to it. And we did stick to it, and we were victorious. And in some ways, I look back at it. It seems like a miracle to me. But
That's great.
so
we
celebrate.
We all enjoy Minnewaska,
Yeah.
hiking there. And
So, and by the way, there's a website called
it's a Facebook page.
a Facebook page called
Save the Mountain.
Save the Mountain Minnewaska. And we encourage you to put pictures on. And even if you weren't part of the Save the Mountain record and you just have pictures of being at Minnewaska,
Yeah.
that's part of it too, because the park is the fruition of everything we've done.
The
And
appreciation, the
we're really
enjoyment.
proud of it, and we think it's it's the jewel of the Hudson Valley to some of us.
So April 5th on WDST Radio at 9 p.m. Eastern, that is.
So this next song is a song about running up in the gunks. It's called Running Together. I believed in you when I was still lonely. The shadow, the complacent behind me, just around the bend, slipping through the misty trees, and I struggled ever faster, but fell behind you. Still I was alone, but I was feeling stronger. I found freedom in motion and wonder. Soon you hear her singing, shaking the night clears from our shoulders. Two of us running, running together, chasing the sunlight from the mountains. The night comes from the east, and soon you'll hear us singing, shaking the night breeze from our shoulders. Sometimes in the night, I still wake up lonely. A shadow comes racing behind me. I reach out to you, and you hold me close and warm as the sunbeams kick up gold dust by our window. Two of us running, running together, chasing the sunlight from the mountains. The night comes from the east, soon you'll hear us singing, chasing the night breeze from our shoulders. Ooh, an abrupt ending.
Hey Marty, haven't seen you in a long time. Hope you're
Is
doing
that
well.
is that Marty?
Right.
McDermott.
No.
No, Marty.
Riley from the High Falls Cafe,
Oh, hey, Marty.
who sits with
Yeah,
Angie
yeah,
and
yeah,
Andy all
yeah.
the time.
Of course. Hi,
Yes,
Marty.
yes.
Good to see you. Now I've got my
Lots of Martys,
Martin.
that we know.
Martin. Now I've got my Marty straight.
Thank you guys.
So we're coming to the sex and scandal part of the show, and I guess what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read you the English translation of Frederico Garcia Lorca's The Unfaithful Wife, and then we're going to play a version that I created with the help of my friend Mike Mulvihill, which we took a translation of the poem and then set it into rhyming verse, and then chopped it down somewhat to make a song out of it. But here's the original, and as you'll see, it's pretty scandalous. Garcia Lorca was hugely popular in Andalusia, in Spain, and was a fighter in the Spanish Civil War. Ultimately, he was killed by a firing squad, by one of Franco's firing squads. But while he was alive, and I guess it's better when you're alive to go on tour, he went to places like Argentina, where he was, again, hugely popular, and also in Cuba, where he was hugely popular. And this is the most popular of his poems, although it was condemned by Salvador Dali.
I just have to say one thing.
Yeah.
Rick Hornbeck.
Rick Hornbeck.
Yes.
Hey, Rick. Okay, so Rick, you tuned in just in time for Sex and Scandal. So
Oh.
good for you. The Unfaithful Wife by Frederico Garcia Lorca, as translated. And so, I took her to the river, thinking she was a maiden, but she had a husband. It was the night of Santiago, St. James, and almost like a date. The street lights went out and the crickets came on. On the last of the corners, I touched her sleeping breasts, and they opened up for me sharpish, like branches of hyacinths. The starch of her petticoat sounded in my ears, like a piece of silk scratched by 10 knives. With no silver light on their trunks, the trees have grown, and a horizon of dogs barks far distant from the river. Having gone past the brambles, the rushes, and the thorns, Under that thicket of hair, I made a dip in the earth. I took off my tie. She took off her dress. I took off my belt and gun. She, her 4 underskirts. No tuberose or seashell had skin as fine. Window panes in moonlight don't shine with that glow. Her thighs escape me like surprised fish, half full of light, half full of cold. That night, I ran the best of races, mounting a mother of pearl filly without bridle or stirrups as a man. I won't say the things she told me. The light of understanding makes me hold back. Dirty with kisses and sand, I took her to the river. In the breeze, the backs of the irises were beating. I behaved like what I am, like a true gypsy. I gave her a gift of a big sewing kit of yellowy satin. And I didn't want to fall in love because, having a husband, she told me she was a maiden when I took her to the river.
That's a hot poem.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry.
You're gonna have to do it
is
yourself
there.
here.
Okay, here's the problem. Sorry about that.
Switcheroo of the glasses
Here
here.
we go. All right. What a patient bunch we are. I led a shining lady down to a riverbed. The fact she had a husband, she chose to leave unsaid. St. James night is timely. The occasion would not wait. The lights would go down early. Fireflies lit up late. Unfaithful Wife. Sex and Scandal. Oh, and we have more. We have more Sex and Scandal. Yeah. Yeah, this is very exciting. By the way, thank you, Gary Turbush, because you made me do it. You did. This is called Willy of Winsbury, and talk about sex and scandal. Oh my God, this is great. So I'm not going to tell you what happens at the end, but I want to tell you a little bit about the nature of this. It turns out Willy of Winsbury was first mentioned in the 18th century and is one of the child ballads. Child ballads are ballads collected by James Child, and they're ballads of Great Britain and the Americas. And this is a really unusual song because, in a sense, it predates the 20th century invention of ironic comedy by almost 200 years. Let me explain. In a standard comedy, as it was performed from ancient Greece up until modern times, there's certain ingredients. You have usually two lovers, a blocking character that keeps the lovers apart, sometimes a friend that helps them back together, and always a comic discovery, some new information that happens at the end that allows the lovers to defeat the blocking character, either make friends with him or skewer him, one of the two, and get back together again. But what happens to them at the end is generally, especially in the older comedies, marriage and social elevation. Now think for a second, the most obvious ironic comedy of the 20th century, and you all know it, is Johnny Depp. Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, Pirates of the Caribbean have all the ingredients. You have a pair of lovers who are actually kind of dull and boring. You have a helping character, Johnny Depp, who's also a clown character who's hysterically funny. And you have an antagonist that's trying to keep them apart and wants to marry the girl. I can't remember what her name is in the story. What makes the Pirates of the Caribbean different is the end. And that is that at the end, instead of being socially uplifted, they form a society of outlaws, of exiles and outcasts. That is a strictly 20th century invention. And we find that exact same thing happening in Willy of Winsbury. So without any ado, we'll tell you about Willy of Winsbury. It's just an amazing story. You will not believe the end.
And yes, that is Kurt's new guitar.
It is.
Mr. Hornbeck was asking about it.
Yeah, it's not finished yet. I have a Bigsby on order. It's hard to get guitar parts and some locking tuners on order, and then it will be finished. And I've got a little other work to do with it too. I found out that Gibson bridges work better if you put a little Loctite on the saddle adjustment so they don't rattle.
That's a lot of information.
But that's more than we all need to know. It has nothing to do with
Joe,
sex and
thanks
scandal
for
either.
checking in. Hi, Judy. Judy's watching too.
Oh, great. Now I need my special glasses.
Special glasses,
So
and
I
move
can
that
see Willy
song
of
so you can see
Winsbury.
what's under it.
It's a good thing I have you, baby.
It is a good thing.
I don't
you
know
have
where
me.
I would be.
Look at that one set needs to be moved over there.
Ah, yes. Oh, we need.
The second page. so
We
you
need to
can see
read
it.
all the words.
Well, you do.
Okay. I used to
can put
know
it
it by
on top
heart,
of the
but it's
other
been
one.
it's
There you
been
go.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And Gary Turbush suggested this.
The king had been a prisoner, and a prisoner in Spain, and a Willy of the Winsbury has long with his daughter lain. What ails you, my daughter Janet? Oh, you look so pale and wan. Oh, have you had any soul sickness? Nor yet been sleeping with a man? sleeping with a man, but it is for you, my Father dear, abiding so long in Spain. Cast off your very brown gown, you stand naked upon the stone, that I may know you by your shade, if you be a maiden or no. And she's taken off her very brown gown, she stood naked upon the stone. Her apron was low and her haunches were round, and her face was pale and wan. Oh, was it with a lord, or a duke, or a knight, or a man of birth and fame? Or was it with one of my serving men? Follow me from Spain. No, it wasn't with a lord, or a duke, or a knight, or a man of birth and fame, but it was with Willy of Winsbury. I could no longer bide alone, and the king has called his merry men all by 30 and by 3, saying, fetch me this Willy of Winsbury, for hanged he shall be. But when he stood the king before, he was clad all in the red silk. His hair was like the strands of gold, and the skin was white as the milk. Oh, it is no wonder, says the king, that my daughter's love you did win. For if I were a woman as I am a man, my bedfellow you would have been. Oh, will you marry my daughter Janet by the truth of your right hand? Oh, if you will marry my daughter Janet, I will make you a lord of my land. Well, yes, I will marry your daughter Janet by the strength of my right hand. Oh, yes, I will marry your daughter Janet, but I'll not be a lord of your land. He's mounted her on a milk-white steed, and himself on a dapple gray. He has made her the lady of as much land as she shall ride in a long summer's day. Willy of the Winsbury. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's just incredible, right? That the king makes that decision. He doesn't hang him. But you can see Willy the Winsbury, despite he sounds like a robber baron, right? And despite his that he turns up in fine red silks, he is an outlaw. You know, he is an outlier, and that's what makes it an ironic comedy, because the uplift isn't complete at the end. And it wasn't for another 200 years that we saw Johnny Depp and a bunch of other comedies that came out that were like that too. So where are we? Randall Collins. Ooh. Gary, I think you're gonna like this one too. I don't know if I've played this for you or with you, perhaps. This is a Norman Blake song. And Norman Blake wrote a couple of the songs for Brother Where Art Thou? So.
Is he in that movie too, or is
No,
it a pirate movie or something?
No, I don't think Norman Blake is in that movie.
Somebody else I'm thinking of.
You're thinking of Robert Dransfield, who's in Mutiny of the Bounty with Mel Gibson,
Right.
the great fiddler. Yeah. Okay, this is Randall Collins, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. 'Collins. Well, it's been a pleasure playing for you tonight, as it always is. We're really grateful to be able to do this. And let me see, Cheryl, do we have any other announcements before we finish up?
Well, we mentioned the April 5th for Save the Mountain on WDST Radio, 9 p.m. You can listen, and the album from 40 years ago will be played and commented on by Kurt and Michael Klein and Hallie Hammer. We also have our website, dognoseband.com, where you can purchase CDs. Here's our latest. And we match the price and send that money off to food banks. Or we'd love it if you don't want to buy our CDs. Maybe you have them already, or you just don't have a CD player. You can donate to a food pantry on your own. That would be great.
And just to let you know, our food bank donations have topped it at over $500 now. That's a lot of food. And when you donate to a food bank, I have been told that although food is good, if you have food, certainly give it. But money actually goes further, because the people who run the food stores usually can get bargains from people at the grocery stores who want to help them out. So it adds to the charity, and it kind of passes it along, and it's a great thing. So this is a song I'm going to end up with. So a lot of you know the song. I play it a lot. I think I first started playing this song when Joe Biden was a young fellow.
And you can sing along too. We always enjoy it when Terry Massardo joins us and sings along on the chorus.
I promised to be with you, darling, by Saturday night. I just wanted to tell you that I love you. Just wanted to tell you how I like some old engine lost in driving wheel. Yes, I feel like some old engine lost my driving wheel. That I love you. Just wanted to tell you how I feel. like some old engine lost me driving wind. Feel like some old engine I lost me driving wind. Feel like some old engine lost my driving wheel. Thank you so much. It has been indeed a pleasure.
Yes,
we'll see you next Thursday.
Peter Wolf join us, and Brian Knapp.
Hey, Les.
Craig made it. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone for joining us. We have this show every Thursday on Kurt's Facebook page at 7 p.m. And we'd love to have you join us and drop us a line. So we hope to see you again next week. And we are so grateful.
High tech.
You could make it. Yep, here's our high-tech ending. It's hard to steer, but there we go. That's a little better. Get my creepy fingers out of there. Okay. We're so grateful you could make it. We'd love to have you join us